Welcome to our educational channel from class 7th ICSE Mathematics. In this series, chapter 6 is the ratio and proportion. Before going to start this topic or this chapter, let us see the basic topics we required to solve or to give the explanation in this chapter. Let us see this one. First, we will discuss about the ratio definition, then converting this fractional ratio into the whole number ratio. And main thing is important is 3 to divide a given quantity into the given ratio. In this word problems example sums I'll explain. And next we have the proportion in this questions and continued proportion in this the problems. It's like word problems and question answers you'll see in this. First let us start with ratio definition. So when you come to this ratio is comparing two quantities, two or more. If any some quantities, if you do comparison between the two quantities, it will come under ratio. According to our syllabus, we will take only the two quantities. A ratio is a relation between the two quantities of the same kind. That means same units. Like $20, you can compare with $40. Same units. So 20 divided by 4 if you do, you can write in simplest form. 10 table you can cancel, right? 10 2s are 10 4s are. That is 2 divided by 4. Again we can cancel this 2 table. 2 1s are 2 2s are. 1 by 2. That means 1 is to 2. You can write 1 is to 2. This is a ratio format. 1 is to 2 we can write. So we have the three important things in this. First one, ratio should be in the same quantity and same units. Then only we can do comparison between the two quantities. And one more thing, we should write into simplest form. Any ratio is given, we should write in simplest form. We have A is to B or A divided by B. Both are same. A is to B or A divided by B. Both meaning is same. Even 1 is to we can write 1 divided by 2. Quantity should be same. Again, the ratio must be in simplest form. Should not write 20 is to 40. Compulsory we should make this into simplest form. It's 1 is to 2 we got. This thing. And if there is no any common factor, the highest common factor. So it is 1 itself. And always ratio must be in simplest form. This is the main thing. And not only 2, we can compare more than 2. If it is 2 is to 3 is to 4. This you cannot write in division format. Only this is a ratio. So 2 is to 3 is to 4. And these are things, and units are not same. We should make it as same. Like for example, 250 grams. We have to compare with 5 kilograms, 5 kg. So this is in grams and this is in kg. Convert into the small units. So 250 is to 5 kg. 1 kg is 1000. No, 5 kg is 5000. Now this is in grams and this is also in grams. Then we can do comparison. This we can write 250 divided by 5000. We can do cancellations. 25 ones are 20s are. That is 1 is to 20. That is 250 grams to 5 kg. Don't see the number. 250 is grams and this is in kg. So whenever the units are same, only we can compare, and ratio must be in simplest form. Let us start with fractional ratio and converting whole numbers and problems based on LCM and HCF with ratios. So let me explain one by one. To convert the fractional ratio into the whole number ratio. So this is in fractional form to whole number ratio conversion. We need to do it first, because based on this we have the word problems also to solve. Let us take one fractional ratio like 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4. So here is the first term. We can call it as a antecedent. Second term is a consequent. Antecedent and consequent both are in fractional form. 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4. This we have to convert into the whole number ratio. We have two methods. One is first one divided by second one. Directly we can take 1 divided by 3, again all divided by 1 by 4. Now numerator is 1 by 3, denominator is also fraction, no, 1 by 4. It will be reciprocal if we take to a 4 by 1. 1 by 3 into 4 by 1. 1 into 4 is 4. 3 into 1 is 3. So 4 by 3 we can write 4 is to 3. Okay, so that means 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4 is equals to 4 is to 3. This is the conversion from fractional ratio to the whole number ratio. Let us see one more example. 4 1 by 4 is to mixed fractions. 1 by 12. First fraction divided by second fraction. This is one method if the numbers are easy, or else one more method if you see here. 4 1 by 4. Convert this into improper fraction. 4 4 16 plus 1. 17 divided by 4. 12 times 1 is 12 plus 1. So 13 by 12. And in this case, take the denominators and find LCM. So LCM of 4 comma 12, least common multiple, 4 comma 12. So that method you can use 4 comma 12, right? So 4 table, 4 ones are 4 3, 3 table. So 4 into 3, that is 12. LCM is the 12 now. Every fraction you can take multiply with 12. That is 17 by 4 is to 13 by 12 you got, no? So LCM is 12, right? Just multiply with 12. That means any ratio if you multiply or divide with the same number, ratio does not change. Based on this, you can cancel this. 4 times 1, 4 times 3 and 12, 12. 17 into 3 here. So 51 is to 13. 4 1 by 4 is to 1 1 by 12 is 51 is to 13. Same concept even if you apply this. Same method, alternate method. So 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4, right? Denominators 3 and 4. So 3 comma 4 LCM is 12 because 3 and 4 no common factors. Just multiply with 12. So we can simplify this. 3 ones are 3 4, 4 ones are 4 3s. So 4 is to 3. So you can make the fractional ratio into whole number ratio in these two cases. Right? If it is 2, okay, you can do division. In case more than 2, comparing 3 quantities. Let's take one example. 1 1 by 3 is to 2 1 by 4 is to 1 5 by 6. Convert this mixed fractions into improper. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1. 4 by 3 is to 2 4s, 4 to the 8 plus 1. 9 by 4 is to 6 1 is 6 plus 5. So 11 by 6. Now we can't go for division now. Just take the LCM of all the denominators. 3 4 6. Find out least common multiple for these three numbers. 3 table 1, 4 as is 2 is a 2 table, 2 to the 4 1, again 2. Okay, you know already LCM method that you can apply. Now for this LCM is 3 into 2 into 2, 3 to the 6, 6 to the 12. Yes, so 12 we got. Then take every fraction just multiply with 12. Then you will not get the fraction, you get directly whole number. You can simplify this. 3 times 1 4, 4 3 so 6 2 so. Then finally 4 4 is 16, 9 3 is 27 and 11 2 is 22. 16 is to 27 is to 22 is the whole number fraction. So ratio is an whole number. This fractional ratio to whole number. This way we can do any conversions. Make it easy. Then we'll see how to divide the given quantity into the given ratio. So how to divide a given quantity into the given ratio? What are the quantities given? How to divide this into given ratio? Let me show you the easy and simplest method. Here is, let me take one example. Rupees 20. Divide this 20 rupees you have to divide between A and B. Between A and B. Let's take in the ratio 2 is to 3. So in the ratio 2 is to 3. This is the total amount we have to divide to the A and B two persons in the ratio 2 is to 3. So how much each one will get is the question. Right? For this ratio is 2 is to 3. So that means A is to B, that should be exactly equals to 2 is to 3. A, if we get every two parts, B is supposed to get three parts. Like for example, if A get 2 rupees, the same time B is supposed to get 3. So total ratio we can make it is, that means total parts, total ratio is 2 plus 3, that is equals to 5. So A is to B ratio is 2 is to 3 and total ratio is 5 now. That means out of 5 A is supposed to get 2, out of 5 B is supposed to get 3. Now if you want A's share, A's share is A actually is 2 parts out of 5. This is the A share. So how much total? 20. So we should take into 20. 2 by 5 into 20 is the A share. Same way B, B's share. So B ratio is 3, but out of 5. 3 out of 5. This is the part of the ratio. And total is 20. 20 should be divided at the rate of 3 is to 5. 3 by 5 into 20. We can simplify this. 5 ones are 5, 4 times 4. Now 2 fours are 8. Here is 3 fours are 12. So A is supposed to get 2 rupees and B is supposed to get 12. 8 rupees and 12 rupees. Total 20 in the ratio 2 is to 3. So this is the easy method. Any big number and any ratio is given, you can go for this. Find out the total parts first. A ratio by total, A's ratio by total ratio into the total amount or total quantity what you have to divide. Okay, this is the way we can use. Let us say take with the 3 ratio with the 3 terms. Now the question is like divide rupees 260 among A, B and C in the ratio. Let me take the ratio. In the ratio 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4. So ratio is given here in this question fractional form. This is the dividing amount to A, B, C in this ratio. First let us take like previous topic. Ratio should be in the whole numbers, not in fractional form. So for that 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4, right? Take the denominators 2, 3, 4 and find LCM. First LCM of the denominators 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4 LCM is 2 table. 2 ones are 2, 3 astes, 2s are 4. Again 3, 1, 2 astes. So 2, 3, 4. 2 times only 3 and 2 we have. 2. So 2 3s are 6 and 6 2s are 12. 12 is LCM here. LCM is 12. So every fraction you multiply with 12 now. Into 12. This is exactly A is to B is to C. So here is 1 by 2 into 12. 6 can cancel, right? 2 ones are 2 6 are. 3 ones are 3 4. 4 ones are 4 3s are. 4 3. 6 is to 4 is to 3. That is the ratio between A is to B is to C. So A should get 6 parts, B should get 4 parts, C is supposed to get 3 parts. So A share is more. Here you can find out the total share, total ratio. So 6 plus 4 plus 3, that is 13. Now we can make the question easily. Total amount is 260. If you want A's share, A ratio, A percent ratio is 6 out of 13 into the total amount or total quantity what they're supposed to get, that is 260. This you can simplify, you'll get the amount to A ratio. Same way B. If you want B's share, so B ratio is 4. 4 by 13 into 260. You can simplify this. And C's share. So C ratio is 3 by 13 into 260. Just simplify, you'll get the answer. So 13 times 20 is so 6 into 20. 120. Here is same 13 20 is 80. 20 into 4. 13, 20 is a 260. 3 into 20 rupees 60. 120 plus 80 plus 60. Again the total amount will get. So 260. A will get to 120, B is getting 80 and C is 60 according to the ratio. Okay, this is the any quantity is given, any number of terms in the ratio, we can use this same method. Same concept, let us take another type of questions in case if they'll give LCM and HCF. For example, okay, the ratio between two numbers. The question is the ratio between two numbers. The ratio between two numbers is 4 is to 5. If an LCM is if their LCM. If their LCM is 180 and find the numbers. Find the numbers. Okay, so this is the question. Ratio between the two numbers is 4 is to 5 and the numbers LCM is 180. So to solve this, first let us take the numbers. Let numbers be 4 is to 5, right? Let's take 4x comma 5x. Ratio is 4 is to 5. So I'm taking x as some constant. Here is a 4x and 5x. Based on x value, you get the numbers. Now 4x and 5x LCM. LCM of 4x and 5x. So least common multiple for 4 and 5 is 20. So 4 into 5 and x. Yeah, 20x is a LCM for 4x and 5x. 4 and 5 is 20, right? And x is a common. So here is the 20x should be equals to 180 is given in the question. Now from this x is equals to 180 divided by 20. Zeros are cancelled. 2 1s are 2 9. X is equal to 9. Then you can get the numbers. Then those numbers are 4x and 5x. So 4 into 9 and 5 into 9. So 36 and is 45. 36 and 45 are the numbers. This is about the LCM. Same concept even go for HCF also. In case if HCF or highest common factor is given, that find the highest common factor for the numbers and make equal that one you can find out. Okay. These are different. The main thing is the quantity they'll give and ratio they'll give. We can use the like previous problem type to solve those. This is about the main thing about the ratios. Let us continue with the proportion now. Let us start about the proportion. So already we discussed the ratio. So when you come to the ratio, it is only comparing the two quantities, right? Like A is one quantity, B is one quantity. So we are doing comparing between A and B. So this come under ratio. Like one more ratio is C is to D. C is to D and A is to B are the ratios. Now when you compare the ratio, it's come under proportion. So comparing the ratios is called proportion. So A is to B, C is to D. Let us take A is to B is equals to C is to D. That means when four quantities are related, the ratio between the first and second quantity is equal to the ratio between third and fourth quantity. That means that four numbers are in proportion. So A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D are in proportion. So to say these four numbers are in proportion, here is the rule is first two quantities ratio should be equal to last two quantities ratio. First and second and third and fourth ratio must be equal. So thus the proportion is equality of two ratios. Simple thing, the equality of two ratios. Whenever two ratios are equal, those four numbers are in proportion. Okay, just remember that. Now let's see the properties in this basic thing. First one, each quantity in a proportion is called a term or its proportionality. Proportional. Each quantity in a proportion is called term. There is A, B, C, D. Four terms. Four terms are in ratio. So first two terms ratio is equal to last two terms ratio. And in the proportion, the first and last terms are called extremes. So here is if A is to B. So that means A and D. So A is to B is equals to C is to D. So first and last term, A and D we can call extremes. And middle two terms, that is B and C, is called means. You can see the word. First and last terms are called extremes, and here with the second and third term are called means, right? And if you notice this, always product of extremes A into D is exactly equals to B into C. First and last terms product should be equal to middle. That means product of extremes is equal to product of the means. This is about the property. And fourth term is called fourth proportional and third term is called third proportional. So you can use this word. Out of these four terms, if any term is not given, we can find out. Let us see one example, then go for the continued proportion. Here is find the fourth proportion. Total four terms are in proportion. In case fourth one is missed, so find the fourth proportional of 3 comma 4 and 18, right? So 3 4 18, fourth proportional you have to find out. So let fourth proportional be x. That means 3 4 18 comma x are in proportion now. So whenever get the problems in this type, we can take fourth proportional is missed, right? So fourth proportional you can take x. If it is asking third proportional, third place you can take it as x. And according to the rule, product of the means is equal to product of the extremes. First and last product should be equal to middle. So 3 is to 4 is equals to 18 is to x. So based on that, product of the means is equal to product of the extremes. So 3 into x is equals to 4 into 18. So from this, x is equals to 4 into 18 divided by 3. So 3 take right side, cancel this. 3 is 6 18, 4 6 24. So fourth proportion is 24 now. Okay, out of 4 terms, product of the means, middle two terms product is exactly equal to first and last term. Okay, so this is about the proportion. Comparing, just a proportion is equality of two ratios. Simple. Equality of two ratios. Whenever two ratios are equal, that first, second, third, fourth terms are in proportion, we can use. Now let us see the concept, the continued proportion in this topic. Continued proportion. So in this proportion, we'll continued proportion. This is the about three quantities. Like one simple example, I'll start. Three quantities are set in continued proportion if the ratio between first and second is exactly equal to second and third, right? That means if A, B, C, let's take three, are in, to say these three are in continued proportion. To say these three are in continued proportion, only the condition if first to two, that is A is to B, is exactly equals to B is to C. That means we can write this is in type like A divided by B is equals to B divided by C. This is the rule. Okay. If A, B, C are in continued proportion, first two quantity ratio A is to B should be equals to B is to C. And the second quantity is called the mean proportion between them. That means A, B, C. In A, B, C are in continued proportion, right? So here is B, we can call it as a mean proportion. This is mean proportion. Only when A, B, C are in continued proportion, then B is the second number. It's called mean proportion. So A is to B is equals to B is to C. Like a proportion definition is product of the means is equal to product of the extremes. So B into B is equals to A into C. So B into B, B square is AC. That means B is equal to square root of A into C. So if you know first and third one, second number you can find out. The mean proportion you can find out using this formula. So square root of first term into third term is the mean proportion, that is the second term. Okay, so let us see one example. Question is only for the mean proportion. Let us say 2, 4, 8. First, let us check this in continual proportion or not. 2 is to 4 should be equals to 4 is to 8. So here is 2 times 1 is to 2 is this. 4 ones are 4, 2 is 8. So 1 is to 2. It's equal. That means 2, 4, 8 are in continual proportion. Now if you want to apply this rule, the middle number 4 should be equal to square root of first and third term. Square root of 2 into 8, 16. That is 4. So if they'll give only instead of this 4, if it is 2 comma x comma 8 are in continual proportion, is directly you can take x is equal to square root of 2 into 8. Okay, this is the rule. If the ABC are in continual proportion, then B is equal to square root of AC. Right. And let us see the examples now. Questions. First one. Same like find mean proportion between 4 and 8. The question is find the mean proportion. Find the mean proportion between 4 and 8. So the formula is mean proportion is B is equal to square root of A into C. Just you can apply this formula directly. So the mean proportion, let us take the mean proportion is B. Now that is equal to square root of A into C. So 4 into 8. 8 times 4. So 32 it is. Square root of 32. So you can, if it is possible to simplify, or else this is only the answer. Mean proportion. And instead of taking, let us take x and also solve. If you know the formula, you can apply directly. B is equal to square root of A into C. And same way, instead of the mean, if they ask the third proportion. Let's see second question. Find the third proportion. Find the third proportion to 12 and 30. 12 and 30, first and second. Third proportion you have to find out. So let third is x. That means 12 comma 30 comma x. Only 3 are there. So they are in continual proportion. So these 3 are in continued proportion. Then 3 are in continued proportion according to the rule. First to 2 terms ratio is equal to last 2. So first and second and third ratio must be equal. Then you can use the formula. Product of the means is equal to product of the extremes. That means 12 into x is equal to 30 into 30. Then x is 30 into 30 divided by 12. Yes, just you can simplify, get the answer. So 30 into 30, 900 divided by 12, 75. With cancellation, you get the 75 is the third proportion value. Okay. This is about the proportion and continued proportion combination. So whenever third proportion they are asking, or second proportion or mean proportion they ask, we can use the continued proportions. Now with the ratios, one problem. Now if A is to B is equals to 4 is to 5, and again B is to C is equal to 6 is to 7. So question is find A is to B is to C, right? So in this first given data, A is to B is given 4 is to 5, and B is to C is 6 is to 7. So don't write directly A is to B is to C 4, 5, 7 or 4, 6, 7, because B value is not same. We notice here is B is 5 in this first ratio, and here is B value is 6, not same. So we should make the B value must be same in the both ratio first. So here B value is 5, here B value is 6. Take 5 comma 6 LCM. So 30, right? LCM of 5 comma 6 is 30. Now this you can multiply with 6 into 6. Same number you can multiply both. Here you can multiply with 5 and 5. If you multiply with 5 first term, second term also must be multiplied with 5. Then if you simplify, 4 into 6, 24, 5 6 is 30. Here is 6 5 is 30 is to 35, 7 5 is. Now if you notice, this b value and b values are same. Then you can write a is to b is to c. Don't see this first question, given one. After finding 24 is to 30, b value is matching, no, here and here, then c is 35. 24 is to 30 is to 35 is the a is to b is to c value. Okay, so this is the method you can apply. A, B, B, C. Only if they are asking A, C value. A is to B, B is to C is given. Only if they ask A is to C, 24 is to 35. From this only should take again. Don't take from AC, means don't take 4 and 7, because 5, 6 are not same. So we should make the same by taking LCM. Then from this data we can make the series, or like a ratio we can make it. Okay, this is about the ratio and proportion, the basic concepts. Any number of questions you can able to do this. Okay, those are watching the first time our channel, you can subscribe to our channel, and all the chapter wise I'm uploading, you can keep on watching to learn.